Hello. So, another month. Time for another reviews and collection thing. I've been playing the same game because I've not really been consistently playing it. I've been kind of busy Legoing for the most part, um, or reading, or just any number of things besides actually beating games. I did beat one game. It was called Goodbye World. I beat it on the Switch. So it has 13 chapters and 12 platforming levels. You don't have to succeed at the platforming puzzles to finish the game because the game itself is like a visual novel. And I say 12 levels, but the last level is less a level and more just you kind of walk through it and read. My nose is bugging me. And read the text bubbles that are on the stage. Um, yeah. Like, so it's more like a visual novel, but it does have the other half to it that is technically optional. So it's hard to review the game because I'm like, all right, I don't want to spoil the visual novel. And I am terrible at puzzle platformers, so I didn't make it very far in that, like, at all. I think I did two stages before I just started consecutively losing. Um, but you do get to keep playing until you eventually lose too many times before it proceeds to the next part of the visual novel. Or if you know what you're doing and are good at it, you can finish the stage and then proceed to the next part of the visual novel. Finishing the platforming puzzler does not get you anything. So I do want to put that out there. You don't have to succeed at that. It doesn't unlock any special endings or anything. Because I did look into that because I was concerned with my lack of skill. Um, so yeah, the game itself is short though. Like if you're just going off of like the visual novel itself, it's like an hour and a half. I'd say if you're good at puzzle platformers, it won't take you long for that either. I've seen most people getting the whole game done in 2 to 3 hours, like from what I could tell. So, I mean, that's kind of, I don't know. So I don't remember how much the game sells for, but I do know that I rented it through GameFly, which I'm glad for, because I don't know that I'd want to buy it. It's one of those games where I'm glad for the experience. I'm glad for the message of the visual novel. I like the references in it. Um, because it does have kind of a story about someone dealing with like anxiety and stress to the point that it becomes depression. Um, as she tries to deal with the fact that she's not accomplishing what she wants to in life. And you can learn early on she wants to succeed at making a game, but like her ideas are not successful. So you're just kind of like, oh, that's kind of sad. Um, and at first you think there's gonna be like a positive spin because she meets somebody and they kind of become friends, sort of. I mean, one of them is definitely friendlier than the other. And that person can do art. Their art is really well made, I guess. And they decide to work on making a video game together. And it kind of goes from there. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I want to see where the story goes. And some of where the story goes is kind of like, oh, I could see that was going to happen. But at the same time, it's done in a way that it's like, yeah, you know what, that that was a good read. I'm glad I read it. I'm glad I played through the entire thing. Um, it's definitely something that I enjoyed. I don't know that it would be like a favorite, but it's not like I don't like the game. That makes sense. Like it's average. I'm like the story good. The length short, and the side content wasn't really my thing. I think somebody who likes puzzle platformers would get more out of it, basically. Otherwise, it's kind of really short. And I'm like, this kind of reminds me of whenever they made us read like a short story in school. It's interesting, and then you're done, and you're like, oh, there could have been more. All right, that's kind of what it felt like to me. That's all. It just felt too short. I think that's my problem with it. I was like, there could have been more. I want more. I want more things to do. I think is my problem. Because like I like the art style that was used for both like the visual novel sections and for the little game. The little game is done like on a Game Boy, and it has like little Game Boy art, and it's like in the color scheme of the Game Boy with that weird green screen. And this little creature you control, I don't know what that thing is, but I swear it's a bunny and it's super cute. And I'm like, I want to play with it, but I'm not good at this. So, I mean, I think that was my main issue with it. I was like, I wanted to do something else in the game or have more story. I wanted something. Like, I understand why the story was the length it was. It got, it covered everything. Yet at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. They could have made it have something longer. I'm not really sure. I guess, like, with the story, I could see why they didn't add anything to it because nothing needed added to it. Especially if you stay tuned for the ending past the credits, as that wraps it up. And I guess that was my issue with it. I'm like, there's nothing to add to it, but at the same time, I wanted more. And I don't know what that would be. You know? You would understand if you played the game. That's the best way I can explain it, but I don't want to spoil anything. So I'll just end it with that. Like, I wanted more, but there's not a way that could have been done, as far as I can tell. And that was kind of my issue. I was like, it's so short, but I don't think anything could have been added. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to move on to the stuff that I got. I'm going to start with the thing I'm fiddling with in my hand. So, this is the, was it Lunar New Year, I think? Is what they named it. Hatsune Miku. She has little thingies on her little dress there. And, it's like, you got like the little ribbony thing. And she even has the little ribbony thing in her hair. So, I thought that was kind of cool. I really like it. It's really cute. Like, the only issue I have is, like, I don't know. Her eyes seem a little off to me. Compared to like the other Mikus, their eyes don't quite look like that. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. It might just be that particular figure brand, which I can't remember the name of. All right. So that was through. What was that? Through Crunchyroll, I think. I honestly forget what I ordered this through. So this is I believe it's from Honkai Star Rail. I've not actually played the game. Um, but they call this the Huggy Good Smile. It's Mem. I don't know. Again, I don't play Honkai Star Rail. To me, this was a cute, like, mix of bunny and kitty, and I just thought it was the cutest darn thing ever, and I was like, I have to have it. It's by something called Huggy Good Smile. Anyways, this is, like, the back of it. That's what I think is kind of interesting. Like, I don't know what the deal is with the screw on its head. But yeah. Its little tail can move, which is kind of cute. I don't know why its tail can move. Because you kind of are going to leave the tail up so it'll sit up. But, to each their own, I suppose. Um, try to get stuff to not fall here. All right, on to what I do know where I got it. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, I got this through Hobby Genki. This is Ichiban. You know what? I forget his last name. Kasuga or something like that. There's the trying to show the little emblem thing at the bottom there of his whatever. No, I guess it would be like this. There you go. You can kind of see it's dragon. Um, his arm is interchangeable with the regular arm. That's just like this one. So I gave him the one with the bat because obviously that's the one that's better to use because he uses the bat in the game. All right. Anyway, continuing with Hobby Genki, let me move something out of my way and drop it. It's fine. I got two different Digimon. They're the cute sitting look up things. So that's why, if you've watched the video, it's been quite a while now since I opened the newer Digimon game and opened up the cards, and I was confused by the Digimon. That's why I was confused by the Digimon. This is what I'm used to. Cute little things, not strange, scary looking stuff. And here's the other little guy. See, this is what I'm used to. Like, the weird little flappy ears of, what was it? I think it's like, I want to say one of them's named Timon or something like that. Anyway. And this one, like, even though his front paws are kind of cute, or kind of creepy-ish, but, like, he has a kitty tail and little bloopy ears. Again, I'm assuming I can't remember for sure. I think they're both male. Don't quote me. But yeah, that's why whenever I was seeing, like, those cards of, like, the creepy, scary-looking Digimon stuff, I'm like, say what? And I'm staring blankly into the abyss, like, I don't know anything about these Digimon, or the one that looked human. I was like, I feel lost. Alrighty. So this is it's the Tea Time Cats. It said DLC on the box, which I have no idea. But she's so cute. I really don't know what it's a reference to. I just think it's too damn adorable to have resisted. She's a little ribbon. She's a little kitty, she's a little kitty tail. And she's a little kitty butt. Little boys. It's just so darn cute. I don't know. And she's supposed to be Siamese, so she comes with a little Siamese kitty. It's big old googly eyes. I just love when their eyes all big and goofy like that. It's so darn adorable. See, yeah. And this has like that fuzzy felt stuff on it. I don't know how else to describe it. I love whenever it comes to that stuff. So she came with other stuff. I'm not 100% sure what this is. I think it's a coaster based on like the back here, but I could be like wrong. It doesn't tell me. It just tells me it's not for sale. Who cares? It shows her not wanting to be kissed by the cat though. It's like, no, get away from me. But yeah, I got it through Hobby Genki, so I don't know Japanese to know what this says. So anybody who knows, feel free to tell me what all this text is blibbering about. I'm not even really sure what these things are. They're like these see-through plasticky card things. It's as adorable as it comes, but I have really no idea. So this one's at least in English. Siamese. And then the quarter here says Siamese 3 times. And it's just, again, them being adorable. Again, I'm not sure what these are. So, If somebody's familiar with what the deal is with these, I would appreciate it because I really don't know. I'm just clueless as they come. I'm sure it's something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure somebody knows. Somebody got to know better than I do. Anyways, and then it came with this. This was referred to as a tray, but this is clearly a plate. Tea time cats. It shows them. I don't know. I know that one's like a shortbread cookie. This, I don't know. I see the little strawberry floating. I'm not really sure what the little girl's holding. I think she's holding a donut, honestly. But I do like the little flying strawberry. I think that's really adorable. But yeah. But yeah, it's like, it feels like a very delicate plate. Like, I'm afraid of breaking this darn thing. I'm like, I bet this thing's like porcelain, and I'm gonna end up like breaking it if I'm not careful. So I'm like handling it out gently. I'm like, I don't want to break you. All right. Onto the something I had to move. So I had a coupon, so I got this through GameFly. It's just a little Millennium Falcon. It's like the miniature version of it, I guess. I'm not really sure. I just thought it was cute, and I might actually be able to make room for it on a shelf. So it's like, what can I make room for? I absolutely couldn't resist getting this. This is so cute. Little Hello Kitty plush peep. All right. Where can I put this? Put it over here. Let's do the games real quick. So, this is something I had pre-ordered and have been waiting for to come out or whatever. It is Hyper Devotion Noir Goddess Black Heart. So it's part of the Hyperdimension Neptunia series, basically. You got an image with all the peoples. So it says you ain't seen the Neptunia characters like this before, which I'm like, sure, I don't know. So yeah, I wanted to get it. I got I think I have all the other games. Again, don't really know 100% for sure. I'm kind of clueless sometimes. All right. So I got the other two Fairy Fencer games on Steam, but I went ahead and got Fairy Fencer F Refrain Chord on the game system PS4. So from what I understand, this is technically Fairy Fencer, followed by like extra stuff that was not in the original Fairy Fencer. But I went ahead and got the original Fairy Fencer also on Steam for my computer because I do want to play the original to compare it with this at some point. And then I got the spin-off side game on my computer as well. But yeah. So, I don't know. I just thought it was really cute. Tells you sway the tide of battle with the power of song. It's a tactical RPG. So, the song thing is kind of what drew me into it because what was it? Arts and Elico had like a song mechanism behind how its battles worked, and I was like, that's cool. I'm all for getting more song stuff. So this was like super sale. I think it was like $7. So Sword Art Online, Fractured Daydream. I'm slowly working on getting the Sword Art Online games now because I definitely like the concept of playing them, even if I haven't actually done much yet with what I have. But yeah, I was like, you know what? Get this while it's on a great sale because I don't want to pay full price if I don't have to. Obviously. Okay, trying to remember. Do I have any? Okay, I do have one other thing that was not part of this other thing I'm going to show you. I know that makes a lot of sense. All right. I did go see the new Mario movie, obviously, as I bought this guy while I was there. You know, he is technically a popcorn bucket. I did not use him for popcorn, but I did get a free popcorn for buying him, which is probably a good thing because he's kind of expensive. I think he was like $45 or something. He was not cheap. There was plenty of him in stock, at least. Probably because he costs us so much. But I was like, you know what? I like Yoshi. I have always liked Yoshi ever since I found out Yoshi was a Yoshi. Okay, like I learned what Yoshi was. I played a game with Yoshi in it, and I was like, Yoshi, and I absolutely loved Yoshi ever since. Um, so for that bizarre reason, I've basically tried to get the Yoshi games, and I've tried to get Yoshi merchandise. um, I haven't as actively sought it out as like Pokemon stuff because I've actually beat Pokemon games. I cannot say that about Yoshi games. I'm sorry to say. The only one I have beat is New Yoshi's Island on the 3DS. And I beat it because I used the option to have the game easy mode me on the last level. I could not figure out how to platform across the thing. I know you're supposed to just run and hold the, like, hold the run jump button thing and just kind of across. I couldn't figure out how to do it. There's some part of my brain that was just like, nope. And I kept dying. And then finally the game was like, I feel bad for you. Let's fly you across. And I was like, yes, let's. I'm embarrassed to admit that. It does tell you on the game, though. It's like, you technically didn't beat this level. And I'm like, I know. But I had done all the other levels perfectly, which is kind of frustrating for me. I don't know. Whatever. Life goes on. Alright. So, let's see. Was there anything else? I'm not picking it up off the floor because I'm lazy. But, like, I have, like, it's like a mat you put on the floor. It has a bunch of bunnies on it. It's adorable. I'm using it to keep my knees from hurting. I'm not gonna go grab it, but if you're familiar with Disney Thomas Kincaid art, there's a Beauty and the Beast scene that shows them on the balcony, and then there's like a bunch of stuff in the background, like including like a little flying ship thing that's a reference to Belle's father. There's all kinds of stuff. Let's just put it that way. It has all kinds of Beauty and the Beast references all into this big art thingy. I got a diamond art thing of it, and it's through Rose Art. Yeah, Rose Art. So that's gonna be fun, and it's kind of cool. Let's see. I'm not gonna grab it, but I got the booster box of the Trails of Card series 2, the series 2. I got most of the cards actually in that one booster box. There's like only like so many that I didn't get out of the whole set. It's like a big set, so I got most of the cards. But yeah, the Legend Heroes Trails of whatever. Goodness sorry. Yep. I also got like I'm not gonna show it because it's not really game related. You get like a bag of stuff that's like Snoopy related, which is super cool to me because I like Snoopy. There was like a keychain and a notebook and like little memo tablets and little enamel pins and stuff like that. My nose is driving me crazy. I haven't put it away yet, so I thought about showing it, but then I was like, I got plenty of other stuff to show that is video game related, so I'm gonna go with the video game stuff. Alright. So there's a site called Stylin' Boxes. I guess that's my best explanation. That's what it's called. I don't know. I got a bunch of video game ones, and then I got one that was technically anime, but there is a video game for this anime, so I'm gonna count it. Solo Leveling. I need to finish watching the anime one of these days. Alright, so it came with salt and pepper shakers from Solo Leveling. You got the main character, um, Sung Jin Woo. I was like, I don't want to mess his name up. He's basically the main character of that anime. Um, she's kind of a main character too. Honestly, I don't know which one's supposed to be for salt, which one's supposed to be for pepper. Anyways, Cha Hai In, or however you say her name. My mind is having a blank. Anyway, whoop, didn't mean to clink them. That's it. That's the only breakable-ish thing that I unboxed because I was like, hey, I got a spot for that. Makes a lot of sense to myself. I'm gonna hold off to give these to myself until Christmas because I really don't need socks right now. But they're Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I thought that was kind of cool. And then it came with like this huge cup here that is Assassin's Creed. And it says, live by the creed. So I just kind of been having the socks chilling here because I'm like, it's Assassin's Creed, you guys. And then this was from a Dungeons and Dragons box. I don't remember the other boxes' names, by the way. Like I know there was like retro, there was here's anyway. So you got the red dragon. It's just the same on both sides there. And then I've been having the pin chilling there. So this pin is a mind flayer. Anybody who's really familiar with D&D knows how much those guys are kind of jerks. So I don't know if I can get this to work right, but got like this little floopty guy. Damn. I don't know that it really looks good on video capture. It's cool though when you're holding it and flooping it. All right. The thing that decided to fall because it just does not want to cooperate with me. Is this fleece blanket of the Solo Leveling. It's from, scene from the anime, whatever. So, I like that the back actually shows him, like, not in that predicament. But the blanket itself is this image here. Alright. So I don't really want to take this out of this if I don't have to, but this is like a big, like, heavy duty plate that you put on the wall. It says Mimic, and it says Dungeons and Dragons on the bottom. You can kind of see it. You can see the Mimic. You can see the Mimic well enough. You can see it's a Mimic. And then you can't really see the art back here, so I'll just show you here. So they're little shot glasses. They got the different characters. Got Choi Jung-in and Yu Jin-ho joining the other two characters there. Obviously, characters that you see a lot in the anime. Whatever. If you're familiar with the anime, you're familiar with those characters. Yeah. Alright, so this has like a little ribbony bookmark. I like that. It has a little spot you can put like a pin. I don't think I will. Monster manual. Kind of got your little monsters hanging out here. So it's like a lot of Dungeons and Dragons referencing here. And then once you get inside, each page has D&D dice. And the back is the same as the front. So, and then the very back, your dragon symbol, that you always see with those books. You always see that as the, Dungeons Dragon thing. So 2 pint glasses that, obviously, 2 main characters again. And then, kind of forgot because I'm using it. Let me move my pop out of the way. I'll get to the other coaster whenever I get to it, but it's a coaster. I need a sip of my drink. There's so much talking I can do, and I'm like, oh, I'm out of breath here. All right. So I got this bag. Go ahead. I gotta open it anyway. Super Mario. You got Luigi on the, and you got Yoshi, and you got Toad, and you got Mario. I like that it has Yoshi. He just does not want to stay on his stand, buddy. I don't know. What do I gotta do to get you to stay on this? Probably like glue him to it. Anyway. Outside the fact that I don't know why he won't stay on his stand. Got the Fallout scientist perk guy. Stay on your stand. The screws are in the bag, but it can hang up. I gotta figure out how to like measure that out before I can hang it up. But it's obviously like you could put like controllers or headphones on this. And it's PlayStation, so I thought that was kind of cool. Like trying to figure out where to put stuff. All right. Oh, I forgot to grab the hat because I put it aside. But there was an all black hat. You really couldn't see the logo on it anyway. But it was Elder Scrolls Online. Anyways, 2 PlayStation hats. This one has the Japanese text on the back. This one does not. So I don't really know what this says. I'm pretty sure it's just a reference to PlayStation. And there's little canvas things that you can hang up. It's Eye of the Beholder, obviously. Alright. And then. Come on. Stop it, screen. That Japanese text again. That I don't know what it says. It says since 1994, PlayStation. You got the little. So it doesn't say what this is, but I believe this is a wall sticker. Again, stuff I gotta find a place for. Alright. So this is a air freshener of Cuphead. Again, camera, come on. I actually do have the Cuphead game. I will beat it one of these days when I have the patience to learn how to beat it. So I'm sensitive to scents, so he's staying in the package. But it is really cool. It's really cool regardless. I'm just gonna kind of collect it. Alright, so from our coasters, there's the girl. And then there was 2 that are just PlayStation. Trying to go through all the stuff. So, got some enamel pins here of a controller and the PlayStation logo. Alright, time for lanyards. So, this is a lanyard, badge displayer. But this one has a Sonic sticker inside. That, take him out. Yep, collectible sticker. So this is the, collectible Sonic sticker. Which, yeah, okay. He's kind of like a 3D sticker. Okay, I get it. I was like, I don't understand. Because he's like kind of raised off the thing, but no, it's because he's a 3D sticker. I'm slow. It's fine. All right, we can and remove that piece of information now. I just didn't want to forget to show it. So I tend to like put stickers somewhere and then I never find them again. Alrighty. Alright. Can things not tangle together, please? It's not listening to me. Alrighty. I got it twisted around. Alright. So, it says, I can't even. Master Chief, UNSC 117. You get the little vehicle thing. It's kind of cool. And then at the very end here, you got Master Chief himself. It's a cool lanyard. That's my explanation. Alright. Got a Dungeons Dragons keychain of the gelatinous cube. I'm really not sure what it has digested in it in this image here, but it's cool. It's still cool. And then you got a keychain here. It wasn't labeled outside of being Legend of Zelda. I'm pretty sure this is a master key. Or a boss door key. It's one or the other. You got the creepy eyeball on it. So it's either master key or the boss door key. I can't really remember for sure because I'm not looking at a Zelda game, which makes me kind of embarrassed with myself. Alright. Not really sure what I'm going to do with this besides collect it, I guess. But this is a iron-on patch. This says Atari, which, that's cool. Whatever. And you got a enamel pin here of Galaga. I absolutely love Galaga. It's one of the retro games that are my favorite. Alright. Got a... Okay, that's just part of the design. I was like, did it get dust on it somehow? Oh, that's just part of the, background design. Alright, whatever. So you got a Fallout themed wallet here. It says Fallout on the inside here. I don't know. There we go. Get it to show you. Don't think there's anything... Yeah. There's no, inside imagery or anything. It's its own thing. Alright, just the screws left. Is that all that's left in the bag? I need to make sure. Look, I want to make sure before I return things to the bag. To, never be removed again for however long it takes me to figure out where I'm going to put stuff. So I'm like, you're just going to sit in the bag for a long time. Let me make sure here. But yeah, so... that was what I got, out of, what was it, 5 boxes, I believe? Which, that is a lot of stuff, honestly. And a lot of the stuff is worth a lot and hard to find. Because, some of it was Culture Fly, some of it's from Crunchyroll, or Crunchyroll used to have it. But, a lot of it's, delisted, I guess is a way to put it. It's not listed on there anymore. So it's just kind of a case of, well, yeah, I don't want to put my journal in there. Alright, I'm trying to figure out, what can I put in this bag? I don't want to put the journal in there, that's kind of dumb. I don't want to put my figures in there or the plate. And I have a place I want to put the coasters and the wallet now that I got stuff organized. Okay. Trying to keep things organized is a task on its own. Trust me, I have been working on it in my room and it's just... I'm embarrassed to say I've not gotten far. Alrighty, I believe that's everything. That's everything I had listed. And... I actually didn't take as long as I thought I would to go through all that. I could have done the Snoopy. Oh well. I didn't show the Hello Kitty bag whenever I got it either, so... Well, I call it a bag. I put the stuff in a bag that everything came in, boxes. I didn't keep any boxes, because I'm like, no, you do not need a box. The only other thing I'm not showing, because I have it out of my reach and I don't want to knock everything over, is like it's a lap pillow. It kind of goes around like this, and it has like game controllers and says gamer, game over. I'm gaming right now or something like that. Anyway, it's soft and stuff, and like I can rest my arms on it when I'm playing my controllers, so that I quit getting like these wrist pains from where I'm like going like this with the controller for some reason. I don't know why I do that, or like I move around a lot. When I have that on my lap thing, like when I have it sitting here and I put my wrists there, I don't do that. It was something I had looked into. I'd saw it advertised, and I was like, "Well, what's the point of it?" And it was like, "Oh, it gives you a pillow to put your wrists on. You can put your controllers there, and you can just kind of chill yourself." And it works. So, and then the other thing, I haven't assembled it, is in a box. But it's going to be like this, it's going to be like the thing I got to put on the wall. But it has stuff on the backside too. It's kind of like this big or something like that. It's like a tower thing, and you can put controllers or headphones on each side. The one I got, I believe, is 6 tier, so it can hold 12. So hopefully all my controllers could fit on it. I think that way I can organize stuff as I make stuff kind of organized in my room. I've been moving things around a lot. You can kind of tell in the background here that I've been moving stuff because like there's nothing on the chair now. That's because as soon as I can, I want to move the chair and put a wooden nightstand there so that I have a place to put the big Pokemon Lego set that I have not put together yet. I kind of put it off because I'm like, I don't have anywhere to put it. It should be big enough, the nightstand, that I can put the finished product on top of it, on its base, in the center of that. Like, the edges will probably hang off, but because the thing will be balanced in the center, it should be fine. That's my goal. That's my goal in life. Like, just put as much of it on there as I can, and that should make things fit. I hope. I really hope. Because I'm like, that thing's a lot bigger than I expected it would be. Because I looked up the measurements, and I was like, I don't know. Alrighty. Now that's everything. I don't think there's anything else to cover. I'll say just me rambling about me organizing my room, but that's not necessary. That's what I've been working on, honestly. That's where most of my time goes. I take time to sit and plot out where to put stuff. And then I sort through things. And then I try to get things where I want them, which takes a lot longer than I want to admit. And sometimes I get overwhelmed. So I just sit and stare at the stack of what I need to go through. And I'm like, I know I need to work on this, but I just need to sit and think about it. And then I can do it. Which doesn't make the most sense, but for me it's necessary. It keeps my anxiety levels in check. Alright. Now that's everything. I think I don't think I have anything else to cover. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully next time I've beat more games. No guarantees. Still working on this room. Bye-bye.